thought $6,000 would be enough to do it, right? That was her judgment call. Well, it might be enough, you know, I don't know. It just depends on, you know, what equipment is needed to get the type of results that she needs, or, you know, how much fucking McDonald's she needs to eat every day, you know, while she's spending her time researching instead of busting her ass working a job like the rest of us. Okay, right? So she thought $6,000 was enough to do that. Well, she raised, you know, about 25 times more money than what she thought was going to do the project, right? So, you know, so the project got made, right? You know, they were supposed to be done by like August or whatever. No. As we see, where was that? Ah, right here. You know, and, of course, you know, as comments, this video will be closed. She always fucking does this shit. She'll open up comments and let in her quota of fucking, like, rebuttals and opposition that she wants to show. You know, she'll take a big sample of it, and then, you know, whenever it happens, she'll fucking, like, shut down all the comment shit, and she's like, look at me, I'm a victim, people oppose me, meh. And, but yeah, I mean, look at her YouTube channel. Well, it's January of 2013, you know, it's 7 months later, and she hasn't produced anything. That's still the newest video that's on her page. She hasn't produced anything yet. She just fucking took your money and run. Fucking gullible people. But you believe the vagina, and, well, you're stuck paying the bill for the vagina's desires. What'd you expect?
Nearly 7,000 individuals contributed to make my Tropes versus Women in Video Games project bigger and better and more expansive than I could ever have imagined. Instead of just being 5 videos, it's...
So you've actually produced the stuff, right? Well, let's hear about it. Let's hear about it.
Now 13 videos plus a class of individuals contributed to make my Tropes versus Women in Video Games project bigger and better and more expansive than I could ever have imagined. Instead of just being 5 videos, it's now 13 videos plus a classroom curriculum that educators can use for free.
So like, what evidence do we have of that? Because, like, we look on our YouTube channel and it's not there. You know, like, keep in mind, view from newest to oldest, and it's not on there. It's just more of our old videos and that sort of thing. So it's not on our official YouTube channel. Let's see. Is it on her official website, feministfrequency.com? No, that's where I found this video. You know, like, do we... Okay. She supposedly bought games with the money? I don't know. Here's her recent post and all that. Nope, she just hadn't done any of that. Let's see, resources, right? Oh, she's got blogs, she's got books, blah, blah, blah. Video blogs. Okay, none of this is her stuff. Okay, so she, you know, we don't have any evidence that she produced anything. Oh, well, look at that, look at that. Still taking in money, though. Still taking in money. Pathetic. Pathetic. This video's almost over. I've been doing this for 4 hours now.
Feminist Frequency went from a part-time side project.
Oh, let's fucking applaud somebody that fucking ran off with a bunch of money from gullible people that were naive enough to trust the vagina.
To a full-time endeavor. Curriculum that educators can use for free.
Yeah, applaud the thief. Applaud the thief.
Feminist Frequency went from a part-time side project to a full-time endeavor. I received countless messages.
Of course it went to a full-time endeavor, because you fucking beat the dead horse. The dead horse is made out of adamantium or some kind of like titanium, like molybdenum carbon steel alloy that never, you know, that'll never take damage. It's always completely damage resistant, so you have a perpetual need to continue kicking it, you know, under the whole fucking disguise that you're trying to destroy it. You know? And, yeah, of course it went to a full-time endeavor, you know? You don't want to actually work for what you want to have, do you? No. I mean, you know, flipping burgers, fucking laying fucking laying shingles on a roof, you know, fucking steamrolling asphalt, fucking, like, you know, all that shit, that's just for men, right? You know, dying on the battlefield for voting rights, that's just for men, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, your gender, you know, through vaginal privilege automatically gets voting rights just because you're fucking born. And all that. Oh, yeah, men, yeah, selective service. Yeah, fuck you, Sarkeesian. You're fucking hate monger.
Of support and words of encouragement. People express their solidarity with me and my project publicly through videos, through...
Because they're naive. They trust you, you predator.
Fan art, through comics and blog posts. I've even been invited to speak at video game studios internationally.
Oh, wow. So, like, you get to go in, like, the holy temples of, like, male video game accomplishment and fucking desecrate all their, like, the sanctity of the temple? Of course.
The overwhelming support that I received is just a small manifestation of a larger cultural shift looming on the horizon.
And that's what I worry about.
A growing cross-section of gamers and game developers of all genders are fed up with the way women are being treated in gaming culture, and they're speaking up to demand change. Now, this change is happening slowly and kind of painfully, but it's happening. Every day I'm encouraged by the women who persevere, who continue to engage, and who refuse to be silenced. I truly believe that if we work together, we can create a cultural shift where women, without fear of intimidation, without fear of threats or harassment, can be full and active participants in our digital world. Thank you.
You know, I just want to show something really quick. You know, Anita Sarkeesian, she did, you know, these videos where she's talking about all the fucking, like, testosterone video games and all that, and that's how men and boys, that's how they like to do it, and just, yeah, well, me and the Disposable Human Doing, we like this game right here. It's called Fragato and Friends, and it was released in the middle of 2010, but it straight up looks like it's a 20-year-old video game, like from the early 1990s. They even put the pixelation in there intentionally because, I mean, look at it. Look at today's computer hardware. You know, graphics cards where 1 gigabyte of RAM is very common now. You know, clock frequencies above 500 megahertz, pipelines. You know, I mean, frickin' like register widths of, 256-bit are very, very common. I mean, like, you know, processing bandwidth exceeds 40 gigabytes typically on these things, 40 gigabytes per second. And, you know, look, and then they still make it look like it's on the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. And I think it's great. The artwork is beautiful. Me and the Disposable Human Doing, we like this a whole lot. And we primarily get it through the online software repository because we use GNU Linux. I got the game right here. Oh, that was a little bit too loud, but anyway. And, yeah, see, July of 2010. But it looks like it's, you know, a 20-year-old game from, like, the early 1990s. So anyway, yeah, she's just stupid. Now, from the kitchen to the controller. Oh, this is fucking badass right here. Which one is it? Part 2. Oh, yeah. He handles Sarkeesian.
I set my moves up strategically. Enemy kings are taken easily. Knights move full spaces and place of bishops east of me. Communicate with...
Gamer 69 for life here, just playing some Modern Warfare 3, and yeah,
Girl gamer playing a testosterone-charged game such as Modern Warfare 3, and look at how she dresses for the gaming event, for the, oh yes, dresses all provocative, you know, covering up just enough tits to try to plausibly deny that she's all about sexuality. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just obvious.
just leave your comments below telling me which games you want me to play next, and by the way, I'm doing a giveaway, so if I get 1,000 favorites on my YouTube video, I'll be giving away this underwear that I'm wearing right now. Oops, I'm not wearing it.
Look at how women sexually objectify themselves. That's where the real sexual objectification is. Look, okay, where's the gun, people? Where's the fucking gun? Is it invisible? Is that right there? Is that the gun? It's fucking pointing at her head, somehow telling her to do all this shit? No. I mean, women do this shit themselves. They are the ones that fucking control who gets laid. They're the ones that control who gets sex in society, because, you know, because if somebody violates that, they pay a hefty fucking price. Everything it's all gynocentric. It's there to benefit women. That's how women love it, and unfortunately men are naive enough to go along with it. Look at this shit. She sexually objectifies herself because she knows that's how she can wield power. Yeah. Yeah, watch this one.
I am a gamer.
I am a gamer. I play on PC.
I play on GameCube and PSP.
So basically, you sit around doing non-productive things. I mean, you don't do anything that like really benefits society. You sit there and drain electricity through that television, through that game console to fucking pass the time. That's what you would say a man does whenever he does it. Oh, but you do the same thing, and somehow it's some kind of dignified fucking use of your time, huh?
iPhone. I play on PS3.
Xbox and Atari. I'm Mario. Gordon Freeman.
I'm Link.
Master Chief. Sonic.
Mega Man.
And BJ Blazkowicz.
I'm a level 85 Blood Elf Hunter, and I am a woman.
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 I don't need you to hold my hand.
You don't see men saying this shit, do you? You don't see, oh, I'm a badass gamer and I'm a man. Oh, I'm a high achiever. I'm a high level player and I'm a man. No, you don't. But you see women right here. You see women do that shit.
I don't need you to touch anything. And I don't want more treasure.
No,
What does this bitch say?
I'm Mario. Gordon Freeman.
I'm Link.
Master Chief. Sonic.
Mega Man.
And BJ Blazkowicz.
I'm a level 85 Blood Elf Hunter, and I am a woman.
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 I don't need you to hold my hand.
I don't need you to touch anything.
Oh, there it is right there. This is license. This had better be license for us to just ignore women when they're in trouble. Because they said it right here. You saw and heard women said it right there. I don't need you to protect me. We'll see about that. Whenever the shit hits the fan, they're like, oh, well, I need a man to protect me. Come on, face that villain. Here's the thing. Women say that they don't need a man to protect them. This is all this fucking artificial self-dignification, fucking smokescreen bullshit that they do. And what they're saying is they're trying to dignify themselves. They're trying to lure a man into believing that they are his equal. Now, here's what we're going to call fucking bullshit on them. All right, so whenever, like, you know, so whenever they're in trouble and all that, we need to just ignore them. And whenever they cry for help, say, but your gender said that you were strong and independent. You don't need a man to protect you. And they just basically fucking call bullshit on their whole fucking shit. And they'll be like, they'll get all fucking pissed. Just walk away and leave them. Just walk away and leave them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because after all, what is rape? Come on. You know, women don't suffer violent crimes as much as men do. So it pretty much just comes down to, you know, women suffer from rape. But what is rape? What is that fine line between consensual sex and rape? All it is a difference between whether or not a woman wanted it. Now, there's been plenty of times when, you know, my former girlfriend wanted sex from me, and I didn't necessarily want it. You know, like, there's times, sometimes, you know, when you gotta wake up the next day, you know, sleep kind of is important to you. You know, there's times when I've had stuff to do where I'm just not in the mood. Or how about the time when I was fucking playing Mario Kart and I was drunk? I didn't want to have sex. I get motion sickness whenever I'm drunk, you know? Whenever I'm drunk and like, and I've had sex when I was drunk before and it's not very fun. I get motion sickness and I feel like throwing up. So whenever I'm drunk, sex is not very enjoyable. And I've noticed that. So this one night, you know, fuck, I mean, like, you know, I was drunk playing Super Mario Kart on Super Nintendo back in late September of 2011, and, you know, my former girlfriend, you know, she's my girlfriend at the time, she wanted sex from me and all that, and so, you know, here I was doing my drunk driving on the couch playing Super Mario Kart. Well, she talks me into going in the fucking bedroom, and I lay there on the bed because I'm fucking drunk. Anyway, she fucking gets on top of me and has sex. I'm not all that interested. I go along with it anyway because, well, she's fucking weighs as much as I can. I can't get her, or as much as I do. I can't get her off of me. And all that. I mean, like, and, like, so I just, you know, and, yeah. But, you know, she got sex from me when I didn't want it. Oh, you know, where were all the fucking sirens blazing? Where were all the fucking guns aimed at her saying, get off that person, stop sexually assaulting them? It didn't happen, you know. You know, I don't have that kind of privilege. And all that. I mean, like, how many times does a woman lure a man into having sex with her? He has sex with her, you know, it gets discovered, and she doesn't want to look like a fucking whore or a slut, or she doesn't want to look like she has fidelity issues or loyalty issues or whatever, so she claims that the dude was raping her. How many times? It happens a fucking lot. You know, so does rape even really occur? Well, I think hypothetically, yeah, it does occur, but not nearly as fucking prevalent as women portray it to be. They just use it for power and all that. You know, and then, oh, victim shaming. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm blaming the victim. No, it's called expecting responsibility for fucking action, you fucking dipshits. Oh, it's a disposable human doing calling. And hold on a second. Hey, dude, I'm recording a video, so you're on recording right now.
Yeah, pet some?
You should pet some.
Talking about?
Well, I've been doing a little over 4 hours so far.
Legend of the 2B patters?
A lot of it was about the reason why I started making the videos is because of Anita Sarkeesian, and I found out some new videos she's doing. You remember the TED conference? You know how it's like, you know, big movers and thinkers talk about ideas?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on there, and she got applauded by a predominantly female audience.
Wow, wow, big surprise there.
And basically, I'm making this video, and I'm recording with my little handheld recorder at the same time to just chronicle all this stuff, and I'm making a big rebuttal, and fucking debunking all this shit. And right now, what's on the screen is that from the kitchen to the controller girl gamers exposed video from HT Arcade, and I paused it right at the part. It's 2 minutes and 16 seconds into it where it says, I don't need you to protect me. And I'm basically lecturing about what is rape, and like whenever women are in need, we should just fucking walk away, because after all, they do say that they don't need our protection.
Yep. Hey, you mind if I come over or whatever?
You'll have to be in just a little while, because I gotta wrap up on this.
Why can't I just come over there and just, like, pet it?
What, praise Monker Lord?
I mean, I can just come over, by the time I get there, it'll be like, fuck.
And it's been 4 hours already.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why can't I just come there and I'll just fucking... I mean, either A, I can, continue to... Well, basically, I can have my input, or I can just sit there and wait for you to finish. I mean,
Well, you could do your input right now. I mean, I'm recording right now.
yeah, but I don't even know what you're talking about, so pet it.
Well, okay. Basically, the strong, independent bullshit that's a fucking smokescreen to cover up how really fucking needy and insignificant and weak and pathetic women are. And they basically say that they're strong and independent. I mean, you give your thoughts on that.
Know that?
Yeah.
I heard that they built this country, like, single-handedly.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, like, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln?
They're just made up by the patriarchy to make men feel better.
Sarcasm emphasized, of course, right?
No, that's what really happened, because... It has to be hidden, though, because, you know, if men were to find out the truth, they would just be heartbroken, you know?
Yep.
Legend of the Tubers.
I took a video of Anita Sarkeesian's that was 10 minutes long, and it resulted in a 4-hour video.
So is the bitch finally making new videos?
Well, she says that, you know, she set out to spend $6,000 to do 5 videos, and it turned into 13 videos so far, and all kind of curriculum activities for universities and all this other shit. And, you know, she took in $158,922. But I looked on her official.
What was all the extra money supposedly used for? Is it just like, oh, is it just for charity? Oh, I need money. Like, what'd she do with the rest of it? If she only needed $6,000, what the fuck's she doing with the rest of it?
Well, that's the good question. That's the $158,922 question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, and I looked on her official YouTube channel, nothing, no activity. Looked on her official webpage, you know, no activity, there's no evidence that she fucking produced anything.
Oh, so she still hasn't. I thought you said that she had put something new
She
out.
says that she's produced 13 videos so far, and this is as of December 5th of 2012.
Well, that's funny. Where the fuck are these supposed videos?
Yeah.
If she's produced them, then what the fuck else is she doing with them? She needs to release them if they're, you know, done.
Looks like she took the money and ran, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Oh, and guess what? She's still got the donate button on her website. I'm looking at it right now.
She needs to go pet some?
She won't.
Well, no crap.
Oh, and you can actually be a monthly sustainer and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, just reoccurring, you know, basically, you know, we need to, you know, she wants us to pay for her electric bill, her rent on her apartment, you know.
I wish I could get someone to pay that shit for me.
Well, you don't got vaginal privilege, so, you know, fuck you. So, I mean, just fuck you, dude, because you're a guy. You don't have these kind of privileges. You're an oppressive... Oh, wait, no, you can't have these privileges because you already got them because you're an oppressive male. Man.
Damn, how'd you guess? I thought I was keeping that under wraps.
Well, I mean, you have a Y chromosome.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, so, I had to go to his family thing or whatever today, and, so, like, we started having this conversation or whatever, and I was, like, bitching about people who, you know, milk the system and, like, get their, you know, people like a certain somebody, you know, who pop out kids and then milk the system to get money.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how basically I was talking about how people shouldn't have to it's like, yeah, basically the argument was over, you know, I said that the people that are already successful shouldn't have to help out people who are leeches, and they're like, oh no, they need it. I'm like, well, here, let me rephrase it. If someone actually does need help and they're not going to abuse the help, yes, they should get the help that they need or whatever. You know, that's what the welfare system and all that is supposedly for. But people around here and people all over, they don't even give a fuck. They just like, oh, a free paycheck, you know, for doing nothing, just for existing. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. And like the big argument I got into my grandpa, because he's like, man, we're just poor. It's because people don't have the opportunities. If they could do more, then they would, but they can't. I was like, no, it's bullshit. I know plenty of people who decide that, you know, basically they're just gonna abuse the system and get a free ride just because they don't want to do what other people have to do in order for them to have the things they have. And it was just like, he made it like, we didn't focus on the real issues like global warming. Fuck. It's just total fucking bullshit. I was like, well, obviously you don't know the same type of people that I know of, otherwise you would understand what I'm fucking saying.
Yep, I subscribed to a new person on YouTube today called Matt, or like, it's like Mundane Matt, and he was bitching about Sarkeesian and all that.
Mundane Matt?
Yeah, some dude.
That's funny, I thought you were talking about, you were talking about Matt at your workplace or whatever at first.
No, but anyway, dude, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, but yeah, dude, well, let's see, check this out, from, Dangerous Game, Tropes versus Women, Bullying.
Side of Cyberland, and found when you pick up a controller, you're leaving yourself open to threats of violence, harassment, and abuse. And as she recovered, all too often, the targets are women.
Shit.
Hold on, let me pause it.
Some of the language you're about.
And oftentimes, the victims are women, as always.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because whenever anyone decides to go play online, they pretty much are aware that, yeah, they're most likely, I mean, fuck. Whenever I play online, I hear all kinds of trash talk and bullshit from people, but I don't fucking pay attention to it because there's no reason to. Because for one thing, those people, who even knows where the fuck they're at, probably on another continent, and it's literally someone on a fucking video game. If you don't want to hear it, you can mute them.
That's true.
You don't have to fucking throw a huge fucking bitch fit. It's like, yeah, it is a hazard to play online. That's why they tell parents, you know, like, you know, don't let your kids play online, you know, because the game may be rated this, but once you go online, that gets thrown out the window because there's other people and they can say whatever they want to.
That's
and if
true.
you don't want to hear it, all you got to do is fucking mute them. And I mean, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You go online, you're probably going to hear stuff you don't want to hear. You might not necessarily want to hear, like just general trash talking bullshittery. But you know, there's people online that fucking hack and cheat too. And I think that's a much bigger fucking problem than people saying, well, fucking ass mama. Like, I mean, shit, anytime you play a game, you kill somebody, they'll call you whatever. Fuck, they'll call you a fag, or, you know, they'll be racist or whatever. I mean, it's just kind of a side effect of how the things are.
Well, what I was talking about was how women will infiltrate, or not infiltrate, they'll invade a uniquely male space and then expect it to conform to their desires and preferences. I was talking more about inherent female nature, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on and, like, I mean, right, keep in mind you're still being recorded, so, because, like, you know, because, like, I was making the video and all that. But go ahead and add just a few things while it's, you know.
Well, like what you said, whatever, when someone decides to, you know, well, I want to go here and get involved in this, you shouldn't expect it to just automatically, if it's a certain way, it's not going to just change because he walked in the door. I mean, it's not like you're goddamn fucking Obama and you walk in and say, well, I want to play this game. Everyone's not going to suddenly be like, oh man, it's an important person, let's all change the way we act. I mean, it's already the way it is, and the reason why it's that way is because there's no guidelines. Pretty much, like, the most someone could do is boot you from a game for doing something stupid or saying something stupid. And usually they don't even bother with it because it's not a real fucking big deal. I mean, usually it's easier to just ignore it and continue playing the game because that's what you're there for anyway, is to play the game and have fun. If someone's being a dick and is making you not have fun, then the most you can report... I've reported people that cheated before, nothing happened to them, and that's, like, just as bad, in my opinion.
Or just as prevalent?
Yeah, I mean, fuck, especially on these, like, FPS games, it's, like, cheating to the max. Everyone fucking... Not everyone, but a lot of people do it, and it really makes the game, like, bullshit, but, I mean, fuck. None of these people get punished for what they do, and, like, honestly... I think everyone should just chill the fuck out because, I mean, I don't know.
Well, see, another thing is, when, you know, what I was getting at with the, with the expectation of conformity, you know, where a woman will invade a uniquely male space and then expect it to conform to her preferences or whatever. What I was getting at is that shows an inherent psychopathy, a selfish, you know, self-centeredness. That's what I was getting at.
Well, yeah, it's pretty selfish to just assume that since things are already fucked up, like, for example, racism, like, if you go on a game, a lot of racism, and, you know, I'd consider that, pretty fucking important, but it's still a problem, and most people pretty much decide if they're gonna go play a game, they usually just have to get over it and keep playing, because most of the time nothing's gonna be done about it. And if nothing's done about that, then why the fuck should a ton of stuff be done about, you know, Boot Mallory? Like, well, I want to play, but people are mean to me.
He told me to make a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck over it. And especially these fucking, like, YouTube fucking cunts that, like, you know, I know they show some in that video or whatever, like, the Kitchen of the Control, they show these, like, well, I'm going to be playing Modern Warfare 3 this week, and she's wearing, like, lingerie or some bullshit.
I already covered that in that video. It's in the first part of this,
And it's like, yes, it's in the fridge. It's in the fridge. And, it's just like, okay, so... Is there any reason why you're wearing that?
I've already covered that. Yeah, that's in the very... Well, I'm already at 2 minutes and 16 seconds, and I've already passed that up, you know?
Yeah, it's fairly early in there.
And it's, like, basically the first thing once the video really gets started.
That one fucking bitch on there who's, like, losing a fucking game, and she gets all, like, pissy, and the guy that's beating her, he's not even gloating.
He's just sitting there, like, staring at the TV, and then the bitch says, "Don't you look at my fucking tits, man."
Yeah, and it's literally, he's just sitting there playing the game, and as far as he's concerned, you know, he knows that he's just that good, and that's why he's winning. And he's just not even trying to gloat because he knows, you know, he's winning. It shows his skill.
That he achieved because he put forth effort.
Yeah, and then
she's a sore loser.
Yep.
But oh yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to make a continuation. I'm gonna have to end this recording pretty soon and just continue on because this video is already it's like 4.5 hours long.
Yeah, and you're only 2 minutes in.
No. On this specific video that I've been switching like I usually do and show different videos.
Perhaps you should pet some.
You should definitely pet it, but I can't guarantee that you will.
So you hate it.
You do, but I don't understand why. Well, Cult of the Old Gods. Cult of the Old Gods is getting on there and pestering me again and all that.
Again? What the fuck?
Yeah, and he's like saying I should go pet some and all that again.
Yeah, you know what? That guy needs to go fucking pet some.
But he won't, though.
No, because he hates it.
I mean, they
what
just...
a fucking hater.
Yeah, and, but I've been promoting Esther Villar and Mr. Vampire Lover 56. Dude, that guy, he's been liking and positively commenting on our videos lately. I mean, he's admiring us, kind of like how we admire Man, Woman, Myth or whatever.
Oh, does he pay it?
I mean, he probably would if he knew about it.
Yeah, I heard Legend of the Tube Children. It's like this new movie coming out. It looks pretty fucking badass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it Broncoliche?
It's got I think it's got like Brad Pitt as Tube Child, you know.
Oh,
which
Brad
isn't
Pitt?
accurate to the book at all, but
It's got Brad Pitt as Tube Child?
yeah, which isn't accurate at all, like the book, you know.
So anyway, dude,
Look, Tube Child, he smites all the evil, like, you know, American Picker wannabes.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, we're up to 73 subscribers, 4,548 video views in, what is it, just 4.5 months?
Pretty tube-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty fucking tube-ish.
Is it Broncoliche?
Broncoliche.
Oh, yeah?
Mega Soul, make a magic nose.
But anyway,
Hyperbeak Dynasty Soul.
For the audience, the people in the groups and all that, they don't really get to hear your voice very often. Is there anybody you want to shout out to?
Like who?
Like anybody in particular?
From where?
From, like, you know, the anti-misandry, anti-feminism, and then some of the other groups?
I don't really know any of those people, but I'm going to make a shout out to Beak Child, and I'm going to tell him to keep petting it. Yeah.
And so, like, the people that are receptive to our goals and our visions and our discussions and all that, what do you got to say to them?
Basically, keep the beak petting up and don't let the poop mouth get you down.
So, what is that sound? But anyway, so you encourage them to study really good, right?
They need to watch like all these videos that we like, and they need to study movies, and they need to pay attention to things around them more, and they don't need to let poop mouthery, like, you know, don't let it get past you. Someone's being a poop mouth, don't let it fly.
So
shoot that plane down before it crashes into Twin Towers or something, you know?
So, describe to the audience.
There's a barrage of poop mouthery, even if it's not directed towards you, but they have their poop mouthery opinions. Don't let that shit pollute the air.
Yeah, that's good. Now describe to the audience what poop mouthery is.
Well, you may know it as feminism, but yeah, we call it poop mouthery sometimes.
And it's also the effects of feminism, how it affects how women act, and
this you know, selfish, entitled attitude towards everything, and the thought that, you know, just because you have a certain set of genitalia that the world should revolve around you and all that. Yeah, that's poop mouthery. Also known as bigotry.
Yes, but also known as being a cunt.
Yeah, it's another.
And so anyway, let's see. Is there anything you'd like to say to that cynical cynicism? Because he gets in some of these groups.
I want to say that he's pretty beakish, and he needs to keep up the good work because his videos are awesome.
And he's really good at handling feminism and all that, and he tries to be very scientific. But what about female nature? Does he need to go there and actually confront that, you know, that beast in order to win the quest?
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice if he would go and like talk about that stuff.
And look into it and really research and understand that beneath the face of the porcelain doll there is a predator lurking beneath, right?
Yep. Called poop mouthery.
And you'll like, and I'll have to give you a copy of this audio recording that I got, because I fucking slam feminism, and even beneath feminism, you know, the inherent female nature.
Yeah.
I think it'll be worth your time, dude.
Yeah, you should probably pet some.
Oh, you definitely should.
Yeah, if I could catch that thief or whatever, what's her name, Anita Sarkeesian, if I could catch her, I'd be like, stop right there, criminal scum, and then I'd, like, make her pay the bounty.
Oh, man, dude, it's going to be... And then I'll, whenever you come over, I'll give you an audio copy of that lecture I did last night.
Tuber Magic Soul Baby.
And that sort of thing. And, oh, yeah, and since I'm using GNU Linux, and I kind of showed some of that, you know, tell the audience just briefly, you know, just, you know, in a couple paragraphs, you know, spending about half an hour. Anyway, explaining, you know, why you use, you know, what software you do, what operating system, you know what I'm saying, platform.
Why I don't use Microsoft Windows is because it's inferior and it blows like big donkey choke. And, like, you know, basically, if I can't even have a computer that'll turn on and, like, work right and, like, not require a ridiculous fucking amount of bullshit and defragging all this bullshit, and then, like...
paying out the ass for software.
And then whenever my software fucks up, pretending like that it's this is an illegal copy Windows. So yeah, it is, motherfucker. And then like I can't even. It's just such a fucking hassle. And so I started using something that didn't suck dicks because it's way better. And yeah, it's so good.
So what operating system do you use?
Linux.
How, like, what would they know it as?
Microsoft, yeah, that's what I use. Yeah, it's like that Microsoft Windows. Yeah, that's what I use. It's really good.
No, we actually use Linux Mint, which is
Linux Mint 13 for me.
Yeah, that's what I use also. I haven't upgraded to 14 yet.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to upgrade anytime soon.
Well, I mean, the version of it we have, which is version number 13 of Linux Mint, it'll be supported for the next few years. Like, we won't have to upgrade. I mean, we'll have to periodically get updates, and they've been coming pretty rapidly.
Basically, the only reason why I won't upgrade is just for the fact, like, if I had internet here, I might, but mainly it works so good right now, there's really no reason to switch.
Well, and see, I'm keeping on this version because you won't be required to upgrade for several years. I think it's like 2015 or is it 2017 or whatever is when you'll have to upgrade if you keep on using, you know, our version, which is 13, which is based on Ubuntu 12.04 long-term support. And so you can be on it for a few years. Now, other than that, the standard is 6 months. And, you know, and then, you know, like a new version is only supported for a maximum of a year. But we've got the long-term support version, which will last, it's like about a half decade. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you still get your, you know, your regular updates, you know, as with any software. But as for a full-fledged upgrade, you know, that won't have to be done until a few years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it'll be major tubage.
And so how do you get your software usually?
What do you mean, like my operating system?
Well, yeah, you know, software for your operating system.
The Synaptic Package Manager.
Okay, Synaptic Package Manager. So
if I can't do that, I just use GW. Well, that's to install it, but yeah, I get it all for free, and it's a lot better than bullshit you have to pay for on other, you know, other less good operating systems.
Yeah, we both use Linux Mint, and we're both using the Cinnamon interface. We both have a lot of the same software, and
major tubage.
Yeah, just, you know, online software repository. You've used it before, right?
Yep. Very handy.
Yeah, you just type in the name of the program that you want, and
you just get it. You don't have to go to a fucking website. Well, download it, and then you gotta install it.
And then you gotta have fucking, you know, the rights to use it, and you gotta pay for the fucking license. And look at this. The minimum system requirements on this is a 600 megahertz processor with a 0.5 gigabyte of RAM.
It's like literally if you want to install a program, let's just say you just want to install one program. You could get it done in like 3 clicks, pretty much, 3 or 4 clicks. All you do is you click on, you know, Synaptic Package Manager, type in what you want, click on it, and then click install, and then wait for it to install. And then it's done, and that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, and you're not what somebody would regard as a guru or an expert, right?
Nope.
You're just like a person who I introduced it to, like, what, a year or so ago?
Yeah, probably.
And then yeah, I mean, so
Yeah, it was a year. Yeah.
yeah, about a year ago, and yeah, and what kind of computer do you got?
Fuck, I don't know. I think it's like a Dell.
It is a Dell, but it's like a Dimension, but like, you know, processor, memory, like.
I don't know, Pentium 4, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
it's 2.8 gigahertz Pentium 4 hyperthread with like a gig of RAM.
I was about to say it can't have that much RAM, so I guess yeah, a gig.
And
That fucking sucks. I need to get a new one with at least 8. I really don't want 4. I don't feel like that'll be enough.
well, like I said, I typically use about 10% of my memory, and I got 8
right?
gigs. You know, I got 8 gigs, and I mean, like all the stuff I'm doing. Well, let's say right now I'm actually screen capturing video.
Yeah.
And let's see how let's see what my system resource usage is. Well, I'm using 1.6 gigabyte of memory. I'm using 20.9% of my RAM, my memory. The highest CPU usage on any core is around 30% right now, and I am I'm screen capturing in MPEG-4 video at 1600 by 900 resolution with audio, and I'm only using 1.6 gigabytes of memory to do that while surfing the web, while watching YouTube with Facebook open in Firefox. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got multiple YouTubes open and that sort of thing, and recording live with, you know, in MPEG-4, and now it bumped up to 21% of my memory usage on 8 gigs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And probably the most intensive task would be the MPEG-4 like screen capture recording.
I wonder if that fucking PC I wonder if it has space for more RAM.
Yeah, they do. I think usually up to 16 gig. Typically, everything will go up to 16 gig now, and usually there's stuff, you know, you go up to up to 32.
It's like not a full size one. It's like pretty tiny. It's like it's not tiny, but it's smaller than a full size unit like yours.
What do you mean? Which one are you talking about?
One I was looking at Walmart or whatever. The one that's pretty much gonna have to be the one I get most likely, because it's like only almost $300.
A computer that size, I think it still uses full-size RAM. I mean, the ones that would use smaller RAM are the ones like my little tiny ITX computer.
But how much is RAM these days?
Cheap as fuck. You want to see? You want to see how cheap it is?
Per gig, how much is it? Does it sell, like, is it usually in 1 or 2 gig, like?
I think the smallest capacity now for each stick is a gig. I mean, like, you might be able to see some 512s. I think PC 10. The 1.3 gigahertz is really common. I'm gonna look at the second high, you know, one of the more common speeds, and you can get it in gig sticks. Well, wait. I want to look at a single memory module. Come on, connect, go.
Tuber baby, magic soul booger.
Memory category, desktop memory, just to make sure that it's you know, actual desktop system RAM. Come on. I know I got fucking 20 megabit cable internet, you know what I'm saying? But it must be like their server or some shit like that. Alright, well, let's see. Corsair, which is one of the good name brands. You can get a stick of 4 gig DDR3 RAM, PC 106666, you know what I'm saying? It's basically 1.3 gigahertz. It's 4 gig for like basically $40 after rebate. Oh gosh. They Patriot Signature, you can get an 8 gig memory module for $40. And that's one of the more common speeds of memory. You know, I'm trying to look for, like, the most common kind, you know?
Yeah.
And Patriot is a pretty good brand. Corsair, you're looking at an average of about $40 for 8 gigs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look or whatever, when I call her or whatever, I'm gonna look and see, like, what kind of, good deals or whatever I can find on a PC.
Memory now is cheaper than it's ever been. Fuck, I mean, you're looking at, like, less than $50 for 8 gig. You know how much when...
Talking, like, I'm gonna look up for a PC, like, I need to see what I can find, because, you know, Walmart, they never keep... I know it's not ideal to buy it from fucking Walmart, but I know my range is going to be pretty fucking low. I'm probably going to be in the $300 range, most likely.
Well, Best Buy has got computers like that in that range, and there you can actually see what that computers have and all that. I mean, they could pull the panel off and let you see inside, like how many memory slots and all that.
I'm going to look whatever and see what they have online for, like, you know, the Walmart, how you can order more stuff online than you can in the store. That's how I got my TV.
Yeah.
But I'm going to see what they have, whatever, just because I'm almost positive I'm not going to have maybe, you know, probably around $300, which isn't much, but if I can get something, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I suppose. But, anyway, dude, yeah, the memory is dirt cheap. I mean, crap. I mean, like, and this is for an 8 gig module. I mean, let's say if you want 32 gigs, that's like $160. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For 32 gig.
That's pretty tubish.
I mean, it's not bad, and like, look at it. I mean, you might as well nowadays, with as cheap as memory is, you might as well just buy a computer and max it out on memory. You know, because it's going to get used. Software is going to need it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's ever going to go to waste. And, you know, here's a 4 gig module for $24, you know? I mean, it just ranges depending upon the speed, the manufacturer, the features, the characteristics or whatever. But, I mean, you know, per 1 gig unit, let's see. Let's see if they even sell 1 gig sticks now. I remember back in late 1998, you know, or early 1999, right at 14 years ago, me and my friend, you know, the one that I mentioned that's, you know, into computers a bunch, you know,
yeah.
He, like, we would fantasize about having a gigabyte of memory, and, well, let's just put it this way. With $230 for a 128 meg module, you're looking at a price of $230 times 8 to get a gig. You're looking at at least $1,800 to get a gig of RAM. You know how much you buy a gig of RAM for now?
Ridiculous amount, like, really low.
Yeah, Crucial, which is a pretty good name brand in the memory industry. $10 for a gig stick of RAM.
That's pretty magic tube.
And then the unit price is even cheaper when you buy a larger capacity module like the 8 gig. You know, it's 8 times the amount of memory for only 4 times the amount of price.
It's pretty tubish.
And then, matter of fact, this memory that, you know, that I'm looking at right now, it's 1.3 gigahertz. It operates at a faster speed than the CPU of the computer from 14 years ago that you would even. It's like it runs at like roughly almost 4 times the clock speed of what a CPU would have ran at during that time period, you know, in like late 1998, early 1999.
Yeah, so I guess I saw it there.
Who did you see?
I had to take my little brother, whatever, to this, like, puppet show thing or whatever, and I saw this fucking poop mouth who, like, I'm not gonna say her name or whatever, but, like, she shit. I might have to tell you whenever I see you, because, like, I don't know if you'll remember, but anyway, this is that poop mouth that, fucking basically got all pissy at me because, like, back in the day, like, you know, a year or two ago, I was, like, trying to ask her out, and she, you know, she was always flirting with me, and I'd always ask her out. She'd probably make up an excuse, and then one time she made up an excuse, I was just like, you know, whatever. And I was just like, you know, have fun with your alpha or whatever. She got all pissed with me, we got in a huge fight, and, like, she told me to lose her number, and I accidentally lost it on 4chan, you know? But, yeah, I saw that poop mouth bitch today or whatever, and she was with a new dude, another one.
Yeah.
I imagine she's been
They won't go without. They will not go without because they have the bait, you know, to snag a dude with.
Yeah, they've got, like, that fish bait or whatever, like, that you buy at Walmart, but it's between their legs.
Oh, gosh. So,
yeah, it's pretty untubish, whatever. I fucking completely ignored her or whatever.
How'd she act about it?
I don't know. I looked up because, like, she walked past me with some dude or whatever, and I looked up, and I saw that it was her, and I just turned my head and didn't look at her anymore. So I don't know. So
you mean you brutally raped her to death?
Yeah. I stabbed her in the face, like, because she wouldn't stop screaming or whatever.
Sarcasm emphasized, of course, right? You know we don't actually believe in rape, right?
And, like, you know, yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird because there were, like, 200 people in that auditorium, and they were, like, giving me weird looks as I was raping her. But, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Rape's what you gotta flip. Fucking goddamn stupid bullshit.
But, yeah, just comment really quickly about how, like, what women are really deeply afraid of. And I was talking about it earlier in this recording and in this video about women actually thrive on violence. So it's not, you know, abuse that they actually are deeply afraid of. It's actually something else, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Being ignored.
Yes. And there's probably one other thing, maybe a couple other things, but one other thing in particular.
I think. Well, they gotta hide how violent they are.
They're afraid of invisibility and disposability. Right?
What did you say the second thing?
They're afraid of invisibility and they're afraid of disposability.
Oh, yeah, well, I already said invisibility, so.
Yes, you're right, you did. But they're afraid of...
They don't, well, it's like, you know, they're the complete opposite because, you know, they're the complete opposite of the way they act because, you know, not the way they act, but they treat other people the way they don't want to be treated. That's pretty much how you gotta look at it.
Yeah. And, I mean, look at it.
It's why it's so easy to, like, turn it around on them.
You know, and I was talking in, like, one of my recordings about the way women see men. I mean, it's like women have the most intense hatred for the male gender, don't they?
Yep.
I mean, like, look at how a woman will treat a man. It's like she views him as a fucking slave, as if he's property. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You can zoom in and look, like, very closely and focus. I mean, you know, at the whole, you know, situation. I mean, what do you see when you look within feminism and put it under a microscope?
Misogyny.
Yeah, and elaborate on that, just in case anybody's not familiar.
Well, just look at what they preach and think about what it means. Like, for instance, the patriarchy. What does that show you when you examine it? It's like basically, well, we can't do anything because people say, you know, man, they keep us down. We can't make any decisions because other people tell us we can't. It's just like shows you that, you know, they're not doing anything. Supposedly, the reason why they're not doing these things is because people are, you know, keeping them down, and they're not allowed to do it. It's like, well, when I look at something and someone says, like, for instance, like, if someone was to put me down and say, you can't do that, what I would do is I would fucking do it just to show them that I could, to piss them off. But they don't do that. They just wallow in it like, well, I can't do it. It's like, well, you could try to do it and show people that they're wrong. No, I can't do it. I feel sorry for me.
I mean, you look it up, I mean, you really analyze it, and they use the patriarchy as an excuse and to grant them license to do the things that they actually want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, sociopath. I'm looking up sociopath. Okay, anti-socio. Okay, I'm looking at this, and